Welcome to FactionMasters Season 4. I have here the game between wwart1020 playing as High Elves and Shampoo playing as the Shadow Elves. It's another round 1 game, and I have here with me on the call Shampoo himself. How you doing?
Hello, I can't wait to rewatch this blockbuster.
To rewatch this blockbuster, that's great. Okay,
Yeah.
do you have any opening remarks, any ideas about your strategy, your approach to Shadow Elves versus High Elves?
This is definitely a tough matchup
Yeah.
for Shadow Elves, just because I feel like High Elves are actually the one faction that can disrupt what Shadow Elves do, which is try to dominate the center of the map. They can kind of just hang back, and they have the tools, the range to compete against that economic setup that Shadow Elves like to go for in terms of the end game. So right off the bat, I'm thinking not my usual 90% strat with Shadow Elves, which is usually go for economy and the end game win. I'm already thinking, how do I kill Valeria?
Hmm.
And that's usually the trap that most Shadow Elves players think that they're an assassination faction, but they're actually better economically. But this is the one faction where they have trouble with in terms of trading efficiently. So yeah, I'm thinking assassination right from the get-go.
Okay. Well, that's some helpful advice to me. I love the Shadow Elves. I'm almost always trying to play assassination, but maybe I should try to go for value in the future. Anyhow, let's get this game started. We're gonna hit play, and this might be your first time seeing W. Wart's hand. Um,
Yeah, my first instinct is I love how he has the profile pic of a high elf. Maybe I should have had my profile pic of a
he's gonna
shadow elf for
negate
this
you.
match. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, one thing that's I think kind of interesting about this matchup, though, is every time you attack in that Justicar aura, it actually kind of fuels Selandar's boosts. There
Yeah, and
with
that's one thing I
damaging your
actually
own units.
try
It's
to
kind
do a
of
lot with shadow elves is just build my boost economy
hmm.
early. Not when I need it later, but try to like build a bank. So yeah, I was definitely trying to capitalize on that, and you can see I attacked my own
Yeah,
gate there.
attacking your own wall there to build up the boosts. Yeah,
Because you
that's
never know when you need your boost, so it's better just to have a bank built up so that when you actually need it, you can kind of go to that bank.
yeah. Valeria being really aggressive here, but with Law of Sanctity, um, her abilities can just really wreak havoc through some commons, but only 12 life and no range, so
Yeah,
you've really got to be careful with how you expose her or protect her there. Um, so here,
yeah, we can pause here.
all
So
right, let's
just
let's pause here and discuss this a bit.
so yeah, because of sanctity, obviously I was going to push up to get a 5 ranged attack on that gate. And this is when I'm thinking, like, I'm starting to get bloodthirsty a bit because I think I could take off 2 health off her here, and then if the Shadow Elf sweet spot for health on the summoner is about 7.
Hmm.
So if you can get a summoner down to 7 health, and just those chip shots at the beginning of the game definitely help, then you're within range for a finish. So I'm definitely trying to chip away at her so that I can eventually go for that classic Shadow Elf finish with Into Darkness or Glinting Speed.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can play it.
Okay. Yeah, you you gotta get 4 out of 5 here, but that's not impossible. I don't have the odds in front of me.
Yeah,
Maybe
I think my
that's.
intention was just to kill that gate,
Mm-hmm.
to kind of make her weak on that side, because she's setting up a bunker on the other side, and High Elves have, well, their one weakness is they can't move around their fortifications, so my intention here was to kill that gate, and then have her kind of, yeah, I
Yeah,
wasn't expecting that.
if I can go back a bit here, I think it was the right move to go for that gate because um, when you're gonna waste your time firing into this priest is maybe not so useful. The gate is
Yeah,
not going to benefit from the Arbiter of Peace Fortitude ability for sure. But yeah, let's see how he reacts. We know he's got another gate in his hand, although you didn't know that then.
Yeah.
But just kind of setting up and firing right back at you, despite the I'm gonna forget the name of this event already. The one that limits your damage.
Sanctity.
Sanctity.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay,
Right,
so yeah, if we could pause it here, I'm definitely... Okay, this is definitely a pivotal moment in the game. So one thing, and this is definitely sloppiness on my part, and I'm not spoiling the outcome, but I didn't remember, and this is kind of reaching a critical mass in terms of the abilities I can remember. I actually thought Valeria's ability was just one ability, and it only impacted commons. So when I pushed forward, I totally forgot, and this is totally my fault, just sloppiness on my part, that it also impacts summoners. So it's factoring in like maximum damage of 2 damage against Valeria. I wasn't considering the greater engage, which also impacts my summoner. So yeah, just complete sloppiness on my part.
Yeah, you've got 7 magic here, so you had a lot to work with.
Okay, and then here's the other thing. Okay, Lucian.
I'll pause it again.
Early game, yeah, pause here.
Yeah.
So early game Lucian summon is actually really good, because she can kind of just hang back and just build boost as the game goes on. You can kind of take her out of hiding later on. She's especially good in this matchup as well, because of the Peace Arbiters. So, yeah, I actually debated where to put Lucian, and there was a debate between putting him where the Seeker is or in the back. And we can play the rest of the match, but I think that was a critical point.
Yeah, if you had had Lucian up front, then you could have used it a bit more aggressively to ping off the enemy commons.
And also protect my flank with Cylinder. So yeah, ended up being...
I was surprised to see you charge forward as aggressively as you did. I figured, well, he's got to have a plan, but we'll watch it. We'll watch it play out here and see.
Play it out. So at this point, and I actually had a couple of matches with Vexer with Shadow Elf. We did a mirror match of this, and the one way that Shadow Elf won both our matches was actually pushing up aggressively to the same side, actually.
And when you, I'm sorry, when you say a mirror match, you mean that you were also doing Shadow Elves versus High Elves?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay.
So High Elves really forced the Shadow Elves to play a different game than what I'm used to. And also, honestly, I haven't played High Elves in forever. I think last season I only played... Actually, I don't even think I played High Elves last season. So there's definitely some rust on my part playing these guys. And especially not realizing Valeria's ability impacted the summoner. But again, just, overall sloppiness on my part. So yeah, continue.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's dangerous for both summoners. I was surprised to see Valeria just answer in kind. It's always fun when you get both summoners just kind of charge up and start duking it out there. But
yeah, and at this point, I realized it was a race to 0 for the summoners. I knew this game wasn't going to last too long. And this next turn, 3 for 3 there. That definitely hurt.
That really hurts. I thought it was a really clever tactic to use. You know, usually we think about using the dictate ability to push people away from Valeria and get damage, but you can open up a lane to attacking the summoner here. You had that Seeker on your flank. As you said, Lucian wouldn't have had that problem because couldn't have been moved back. So that's, I mean, hindsight.
And I think honestly, that's just like
2020 hindsight there.
Course.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I pull away from that summoner, I'm like, that's 2 damage. Oh, sorry, are we allowed to swear on this?
I'll see if I can cut it.
Okay, sorry.
Or bleep it or something.
Yeah, so if you want to rewind, I can do a cut.
That's we'll keep going. I'll fix it in post.
Okay. So yeah, as I pull away from Valeria there, I'm like, oh crap. Like, I didn't realize it damaged the summoner. Um, so again, yeah, just, I mean, no excuses. It's just really, could have easily just read her card.
Yeah, and didn't even need the oblige here to do it. Just
Yeah.
again using that dictate ability to, push around the enemy units in just the right way. So it was I think a great lesson from wwart on tactical, even using Law of Loyalty just to get that one more die,
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
which, as we see here, was necessary to finish it off.
So
And
yeah, if
and
you go back, like,
yeah,
and congrats on Wart there.
yeah,
That was a great finish. So everything was decided on that one turn to push forward
mm-hmm,
in terms of where I placed Lucian. So it was just really that one critical mistake that costed me the game, because at this point it was just a race to who can kill the summoner first. And if he didn't kill me this turn, I think I had Into Darkness in my hand, and yeah,
yeah. Valeria is definitely in
next
a
turn.
vulnerable position here with only 5 life, loyalty active. If that attack had failed, it maybe could have gone the other way, but
And yeah, Pollution was up there blocking my flank.
yeah, that would have made a very big difference.
So yeah, to be honest, I was more frustrated with my performance in this game than the Vanguard game. The Vanguard game was just, I think Game Bear just played it perfectly, and I don't think either of us made mistakes. It just,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't think I could have controlled the outcome of that game. But this game is definitely my fault in terms of just that one critical mistake on, I can't even remember the turn. I think it was turn 6 or 7. But that pretty much dictated the result of the game.
Yeah,
So off to Wart. I apologize to my Shadow Elf brethren out there who expected a better result. But yeah, this wasn't a usual Shadow Elf matchup. Kind of forced me to go outside my muscle memory of what I used to do with what I'm used to doing with Shadow Elves. So, and again, this is not a matchup I play often. I don't see these guys in queue that often.
okay. Well, that's I guess that's it then. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for playing, and I guess I'll just leave you with one piece of advice. I'm loving the new random feature that we have for choosing our factions. I've been pretty much exclusively doing random as I queue. I get lots of
Yeah, you know what? You guys should
lots of
have
variety, and then
a random master in
yeah,
this tournament, because honestly, credit to those people that do the randoms, because and to you, because I truly like, it's tough to like really master every faction.
oh
I think
yeah,
I kind of pick 4 or 5 that I play in
mm-hmm.
queue, that I just enjoy. But for those people that actually do randomizer and play every single faction, yeah, credit to you guys, because that's tough.
All right. Well, with that, we'll call this video a wrap. Thanks for playing, and we'll see you guys next time for more Faction Masters.